obviously you feel very comfortable in the selling environment. What has been the response with people? Like, do they get offended? Oh, she made an offer. Oh, she's telling me I'm going to stop consuming her stuff. Like, have you seen something on the other side of that?
That's such a good question. People love to be sold to. I love to be sold to. Like, genuinely. I love to be sold to. I love to know if you have something that can help me. And like you guys said, oh, you were an ideal client. You walked in, you knew exactly what you wanted. That's the type of buyer that I am. Not everyone's that type of buyer. No. And in fact, it took me going through a lot of iffy kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out buying experiences to be the type of buyer that I am now. Now I'm just like very decisive, or I'm like very intrigued and very engaged in my experience. Not everyone is that way though. I think that as business people, as entrepreneurs, you have a solution to someone's problem. Okay. So first of all, you have to stop apologizing for having the solution. Okay. Yeah. So I work in one of the hardest industries to sell. It's cybersecurity. Okay. And they are basically walking into business owners' boardrooms or sitting down with them and they're saying, hey, it's not a matter of if you're breached or if you're attacked. It's a matter of when. People they don't like that. But it's a disservice for them not to tell them that, for them not to share with them, hey, these things are happening in the Jacksonville area. Hey, these things just happened with the Department of Revenue. This is the information that was exposed in your company. Yeah. And you can't apologize with that. So a lot of times when our clients are like, oh, well, I went and did these sales presentations. I didn't close any of them. Okay. So I want you to tell me where you wavered in your message. Where did you waver? He's like, well, I probably did that. I'm like, okay, whenever you presented your offer, did you keep talking? He's like, oh yeah, I did tell them that, it's okay if they didn't want to upgrade. And I'm like, okay, like stop apologizing for having something that could actually help someone. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that number one, people genuinely want to be sold to if it's something of value, and value is all perception. Right? So you could look at the red bottom shoes and be like, I don't really care about those. Here, I can paint my sneakers red. Like, But me on the other hand, I'm like, I love to be serviced and to go into a place and like, give me a glass of champagne or whatever. And now I'm in here, I'm having this experience. That is my value, or that's my perception of value. Yeah. So perception of value, how are you going to create that in your buying experience? How are you going to go, hey, this is what I think you need. You told me that you're dealing with A, B, and C. Well, look, I have this perfect podcast studio for you. I'm going to help you set this up. You don't have to worry about a thing. You walk in, bring your script if you want to. I'll move the room around for you. You created a buying experience. Whenever I came in here as a consumer, I was like, that was a great experience, right? I could have done this at home. I could have recorded this in my office at home. But instead, I'm like, no, I want this experience. I booked with you guys. Your website was easy to find, all these things. That was valuable to me. It would be a disservice if you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to reach out to her. I'm not going to, I think you had to follow up with me to like get booked in. Like we had to go back and forth a little bit. And if you would have been like, well, I was like, who's
this Lindsey person? Like, I want to know more. Yeah. Part of it is like, okay, well, we're not, how can we make it easy for them at the end of the day? Obviously, like, it's on the service side, but like you said, we're providing a solution. We just need to learn a little bit more about what you need to see if we can fulfill it. There's people that booked the studios and we're like, we're not the solution for you at the same time. But anyways, parenthesis. Thank you for the amazing testimonial. Clip it.
Get it out. Yes, exactly. So, but if you had not followed up with me, or if you had not sent the email, I think because I wanted to book it longer than like an hour slot. Yeah. And if you hadn't have taken that extra step, and if you'd been like, well, I don't want to be salesy or pushy, or like, what if this gets on her nerves or whatever, I wouldn't have been here. Right. And I will thank people for following up with me. Like if my communication drops off, or if something happens or I forget to text back, I will thank you for following up. Like I genuinely appreciate that, because life is busy. Yeah. And we're all lifing around here. Yeah. So follow up, like be the type of seller, be the buyer that you want to experience as well. So sell your shit.